do a video on how I afford to travel. It's the number one question I get asked all the time when I travel, and I thought, why not do a short video on some of the things that I do when I save travel. Hence the straw hat and the sunnies, because hey, you gotta look good when you travel. So let's get to it. Question that I get asked all the time: how do you afford to travel? And it's not because I travel all the time. I'm not a full-time traveler. It's just that I travel more frequently than the average traveler. And I wanted to just share with you 10 tricks that I use all the time, and I've saved money over the years, and I hope that they work for you because they work for me. Now, the first thing is to save money on flights. And the way that I do this, I go on Skyscanner, which is my number one platform for searching for flights, because it works. And you could search in two ways. The first way is to search by everywhere and cheapest month. So in your search box, say you're flying from like New York City, I'll put in New York, and then I'll put in everywhere, and I'll search by cheapest month. It's going to give you everywhere you can fly by cheapest month and by price, and then you can pick a place. The other option is to set an alert on Skyscanner. This feature is just wonderful because if I want to fly, say, from New York City to Hawaii in April, I'll just set that on the search box, and then I'll set an alert for it to tell me when prices go up or down. And based on my price point, I'm able to save money, and two, I'm able to see how prices are interacting, and I'll know when to kind of seal the deal by booking a flight. It will save you money because one, you'll be able to see, you know, how is it good to travel in April versus another time, and when you set an alert for different times, you're gonna be able to do the comparison. So those are two tricks that I use on Skyscanner, and I've saved hundreds of dollars just using those tricks. The second thing is to travel in the off season. Now, this is not something that would work for everybody, because if you have kids and you can only travel during the school holidays, then it means that it doesn't really work for you. But if you are somebody who is more flexible, and you can travel in the off season, you're able to save money because number one, they're trying to fill seats in the flights. They're trying to fill rooms in accommodations, and for group activities, they're also trying to fill those spaces. So they will probably give you a better deal. Not probably, they will give you a better deal all the time in the off season. And then the thing is, you avoid the crowds, you get better service, and you get better prices. It's a no-brainer. Traveling in the off season has been one of the best things that I do. The other thing is to travel with a friend. I love solo travel, but traveling with a friend will always save you money because there's usually this single occupancy tax that is implied, because for everything that you're booking, for your rooms, for your activities, you have to pay them by yourself if you're traveling alone. But where if you bring a friend, you can split those costs by two. Your taxis, your rooms, your activities, you can split them by two, which saves you money. So think about that, especially for you solo travelers out there. Get somebody to come with you, get a travel buddy. The other thing is to compare accommodation. A lot of people are stuck in this mindset that they have to stay in hotels, but this is not the case anymore. You have Airbnb, you have hotels, you have couch surfing, you have staying with a friend. So at the back of your mind when you're planning a trip, always search for all the wide ranges of accommodation that is out there. You could even camp. I camped one day, and it was an interesting experience. It's not something I would do again, but it was a good experience all at the same time. So think about options for accommodation that could save you money. And then the other thing that I tell people all the time is to travel independently. Do not use an agent, because always they're going to mark up the price. They're trying to make money. Think about it this way. If a flight is $100 and the room is $50, the travel agent will try to sell it to you for $200. Now, it may be a good deal if you've never tried to do it yourself before, but you're paying about $40, $60 more than you need to, because this person is trying to make money. So always try to travel independently. Do your research, book your trips for yourself, book your flights. I will give you a challenge. So my challenge to you is, for example, go on Groupon, find a trip, look at everything that they're offering, and try to book it yourself. I promise you, it's going to be cheaper. The other thing that you can do is to find free things to do. This is one of the best things that you can do when you're traveling to a place, because you get to interact. You get to interact with the locals, you get to see their food, you get to see the things that they like to do there, and it's free. It's very easy to do this. Just go on Google or whatever search engine you use and type free things to do. For example, in San Francisco, it's going to give you a full list of parks, places to go for free, events that are free. I think I stumbled on a jazz festival in Canada and it was completely free, and it was just amazing. We got to eat amazing food, we got to see amazing shows, and then we got to just see things that we would not have seen if we hadn't searched for free things to do. The other thing that will actually save you money, a lot of money, is eating where the locals eat. This is the #1 tip for actually getting a great experience when you travel, because resorts will always charge you more and the food is not always necessarily that good. So ask the locals where they eat, ask your taxi driver, ask your concierge, ask the Airbnb host, where do you eat, where does your family go? We have saved tons of money on this trip alone, and you eat amazing food, and again you get to interact with the locals, you get to learn about the people that you're traveling to, and it's a great traveling experience, so try that. The next thing is using your credit cards wisely, and by this I mean using your rewards, using your points to book flights, to book accommodation. I have flown for free a few times where I have just used my rewards to fly, or I have stayed at hotels for free because I have points with my cards, and it's amazing just being somewhere and knowing that it's free. It's $3.99. There's nothing better than that. So try to get cards that have good benefits and leverage them to save money when you travel the next time. Always look at the benefits of a card before you get it, and if it has like no international fees, lounge pass access, free stays, free flights, book cards that work for you the best. Another thing that works a lot is asking for recommendations. And this is like just from social media. If I see somebody has been somewhere that looks interesting that I'm going to, for example a hotel, or they worked with a driver and I see that they had a good experience, I'll send them a message on social media, for example, and I'll be like, hey, can you give me their phone number? Were they a good fit? Did it work out? Ask people, how was this, how was that? And you will, #1, save money, and #2, you will get fast-hand information from somebody about a place that you're going to. The last thing is to bring your own food and drinks. People don't know that this is a trick that you can use, especially when you're traveling to resorts. If you're bringing your family and you have kids, or even if you're just traveling with a friend, it's always advisable to bring your food and to bring your own food and some drinks. And by this, I'm not saying like cooked food or things like that, just snacks. I mean, when you go to like a mini bar and packet of, a small packet of chips is like $5, where you could have bought the same packet for like $1 and duty free, that is like a ripoff. So if you can bring your own food, if you can bring your own drinks, you're going to save a ton of money. And this is something I do all the time. I'm not trying to pay $20 for a drink when I could bring my own, my own liquor and save tons of money. I hope these tricks will help. I hope that you use them. And if you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll respond. Thank you so much for watching.